Alright, welcome back, 2nd Platoon. I've already done roll call. Thank you for being on time. The current time is 09:30. So please grab out your pen, paper, Ranger handbook, and maps and hold all your questions till the end. I will be giving you your Frago brief. So time zone is Romeo. Once again, our task organization is for 2nd Platoon, which includes our 3 rifle squads, weapon squad, and medic and FO. For situation, area of interest, there is no change. Area of operations, the weather has been reported for a mid-temperature of 65. At night, it will drop to 50. There's going to be minimal wind, and decreased visibility will begin around 1930. So our movement to our patrol base may be dark. For terrain analysis, obstacles, the entire AO is restricted to mountain movements. Vehicles are confined to the road networks only. We will be maneuvering by foot. And our biggest concern is the major creek systems from east to west, which include Etowah Creek, Montgomery Creek, which is going to be within our personal objective, Frick Creek, Chester Creek, and Underwood Creek. For avenues of approach, there are several trailing networks running throughout AO Hawk. The trails mainly exist along ridge lines and spurs coming down the ridge and mountains. These approaches offer a less restrictive, dismounted movement. And the majority of the trails in the AO will not support mounted movements once again. But a platoon or a larger dismounted movement, it can support along the TVD road that was mentioned earlier. So for key terrain, Coppermine Gap, this high ground is associated with this terrain feature, offers excellent observation and fields of fire, overlooking TVD Road to the north. And then there is Puncheon Gap, which the high ground associated once again features excellent observation and fields of fire, once again overlooking TVD Road, but this time to the south. For cover and concealment, the rolling mountainous terrain provides for excellent cover and concealment. There's foliage, but this does support both friendly and enemy. Reverse slopes of intervisibility lines, IV lines, should be utilized to minimize exposure and provide protection against the enemy and indirect fire. The terrain can be used to maneuver around our enemy forces without detection in order for us to emplace weapon systems with mass effective ranges. But we should expect the enemy to use the terrain to conceal their routes as well. For enemy forces, there is no change to mission intent concepts. There is no change to friendly forces. Our mission, once again, is that 2nd Platoon will conduct an ambush to destroy enemy forces on Objective Bear no later than 31/1900 March 2020 in order to allow freedom of maneuver for 1st Platoon's mission. I say again, 2nd Platoon will conduct an ambush to destroy enemy forces on Objective Bear no later than 31/1900 March 2020 in order to allow freedom of maneuver for 1st Platoon. Execution. So, concept of operations. Once again, I want to highlight that it's decisive to this operation to destroy at least 2 vehicles, and that our mission will be ending once we get back to the patrol base from Deer Lick. So, phase 1 is SP from the patrol base no later than 1200 to the ORP, which is 300 meters away. Phase 2 begins with conducting our recon and setting in our ambush positions no later than 1800. Phase 3 is conducting actions on Objective Bear and preparing to move out no later than 1900. And Phase 4 is returning back to our new patrol base at Deer Lick no later than 0:30 and to report back to command on Camp Frank Mural. So the only difference from this and the Warno is a very specific timeline. We have to keep in mind, once again, Montgomery Creek, and there may be LDA crossings required. Should our patrol base that we go to return to become compromised, we're going to call for hire immediately for further guidance. 3 main known points on our way to the objective and to the patrol base will be made. On the way to the new patrol base, the 3 known points will be labeled en route every 300 meters to serve as a rally point should we get to that patrol base area and enemy be in the vicinity and we have to fall back. And here on the TMK model mid, north is that way. This is Montgomery Creek here. We are starting off here when you reference back to your map at the starting point, moving to our ORP, which is labeled as our first known point. From our ORP, moving to our rally point, which is the second known labeled point, and then to our SNO spot, which is going to be our third. And these are the 3 known points on our way to our objective here. So for the ambush, once the SNO is set up, I'm going to carry out the leader's recon and set up the right side security first, and then the left, because they are going from west to east, which you can see trailing here with a vehicle. Support is going to be placed on the right. Assault is going to be here on the left. The kill zone is then marked in here. We will be initiating our ambush with a claymore that's denoted here by some sort of cover, or excuse me, by some sort of tree. Once I set off the claymore to initiate the ambush itself, both elements will begin firing for at least a mad minute. More importantly, our right side security and that support by fire are also going to be standing by when the assaulting element goes through, carries on action objective, to be looking out for any sort of quick reaction force, which has been known to come in within 15 minutes, especially from that right side, seeing as that is the movement direction for the enemy. And then once all PIR has been collected, reported, and we were able to move off this objective, we will be heading towards the new patrol base denoted here. And like I said, every 300 meters, a certain point is going to be designated for a future rally point should that patrol base be compromised. And then once reaching that patrol base, no later than 012:30, call into hire back at the CP and let them know that our mission has been completed and a success. And tasks to subordinate units, our specialty teams will be assigned per our platoon SOP. For sustainment, logistically, there is no change, but once again, that resupply and maintenance is going to be back at the patrol base. For personnel service report, so for personnel, we'll be handling all EPWs in accordance to the 5 S's. So separate, silence, henceforth, and coordinate an EPW exchange point with the CP, which will be back at Camp Frank Mural. We will leave all enemy killed in action on the objective. We will treat all enemy as a last priority on the objective. However, we are going to ensure that all proper care is still given, and a CASVAC is conducted and required in accordance with laws of land and warfare. And captured equipment is going to be consolidated on the objective. A thorough search is going to be made for all PIR and any additional battlefield intelligence that we find that we might find to be beneficial for command to know about and utilize. And this information will be included as part of the SIPRET report sent to hire. For Army Health System support, so HLZ Frying Pan is going to be our ambulatory extraction point after reaching TVD Road, and before reaching TVD Road, everyone will return to Camp Frank Mural. For graves registration, tag the body with a note, record the date, time, group of death, and a brief narrative of the circumstances, and signed by at least 2 witnesses. Wrap that body in a poncho, call higher for ground/air evacuation instructions, and to link up for both forms of evacuation. And for command and signal, command location of higher unit commander would be the battalion. They'll be back at Camp Frank Mural. Company commander is once again with A1, and succession is once again PL, PSG, weapons squad leader, first squad leader, second squad leader, and third squad leader. And as a reminder, control, PSG is at the ORP. Myself will be with recon, and security squad leader is going to be with that S&O team. For signal, it's the current SOI in effect. All reports will be submitted on Alpha Company Command Net to Alpha X-Ray or Alpha 6. Code words, SOI black and spares in effect. Visual signals as per our platoon SOP. Our LZs for medvacs will be marked. The RTO's duties is to call in each phase of operation as they go through with our timeline and as they occur. Radio checks every hour on the hour unless engaging with the enemy, and ensuring that communication is maintained with higher throughout the operation. Are there any questions? At this point, do a back brief highlighting what to do with an LDA, the actions on, the timeline given, scheme of maneuvers. And at this time, you are dismissed to ensure that all equipment and personnel are prepped and in proper uniform to be back here no later than 11:50 for SP. And during this time, also conduct rehearsals for actions on an LDA especially. Thank you.